Hello, so I'm here to reflect on my lesson and my overall experience during this class. I can confidently say I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot of helpful tools from class and also a lot from the school system and the teachers I've been working with. And I do have to mention I've learned a lot from the students. The students are actually the most helpful to me when it comes to seeing if what I'm doing is actually working or not. So to get into it, I'm going to start reading the questions. It is important that your instructional strategies are developmentally appropriate and standard-based. Reflecting on these elements in your chosen lesson plan, what areas would you leave the same in your lesson? I think all of them. I mean, I developed them with this grade level in mind. I tried to make everything standard-based and developmentally appropriate. Let's see. What I did like about my lesson is that I involved a lot of real life scenarios, and I think that's very, very helpful learning anything, because you can sit in a classroom and see numbers written on a piece of paper, but that means nothing until you know what they stand for. So I think the best way to do that is to involve things that they are going to do every day and situations that they're actually going to need to apply these things in. So I like that I did that. It was pretty easy to involve it in this lesson because we're doing word problems. So you do it all the time without even knowing. You can practice this simply go in the grocery store, anywhere. You can practice word problems anywhere. So I like that I kind of put like a real world aspect into that. Consider differentiation strategies that can be used when developing critical thinking and problem solving skills. Reflect on such strategies. What might you change about the lesson? I was actually thinking about this one, and I had a tough time coming up with an answer. I know what I have to work on, and I'm not sure it's a differentiation strategy, because overall, what my biggest thing is having what's up here come out fluently. So what I'm trying to explain to students or anyone, I feel like I kind of go all over the place and I might lose them. I'm really trying to work on like narrowing it in and keeping it there. However, that's not really in the lesson. So one thing that I do typically struggle with is coming up with anything that involves English language learners, because I don't know. And I can confidently say I don't know. That is something that I know that I'm going to need to work on. The only things I can really usually come up with are like visuals and perhaps like cues, cards, places, but those would probably involve the visual. So I don't know. I have to learn different strategies on how to work with English language learners. But overall, I really think I tailored the lesson like based on just scaffolding skills. Like I really tried to just meet everyone where they are and work with them no matter where that is. And I think I do involve that within the lesson quite a bit by just offering all different like real world situations. You can read a story, you can write your own word problem and whatnot. So anyways, to move on to the last question, as a teacher, you are responsible for analyzing and reflecting upon your planning and practice with the goal of improving student outcomes. In what ways could you model for your students how to analyze and reflect upon their work? Well, I just did that without even knowing that this was going to be the next question. So what ways can I help them? I think just like repeating things back is very helpful. So like if they say, oh, that is blue, I can question them about it. Okay, that's blue. Why do you think that is blue? And if they get something wrong, just helping them go over it and kind of learn on their own why it's wrong versus me just telling them. That way it can actually help them understand the process behind it. Another thing that I'm not really sure goes with the question, but either way, another thing that I think is very helpful is modeling behavior, which I think we all know by now, but showing the students that it is okay to mess up and try again. And I can do that by showing them my errors. Like I go to explain something, I go, wait, hold on, let me try it this way. Or just really just modeling what I want to see in them. So if they need to change something or they just need to analyze the situation, asking them about it, talking them through it, asking questions, relating their life in some way and giving them backstory might really help with that. And then just showing them that it's okay to get things wrong, but you need to get up and try again. and I will encourage them to do so, and I'll be there to help them along the way. That way I can hopefully give them some confidence to push through. And that is all. I have enjoyed this class. Like I said, I've taken a lot out of it, and yeah,